Yeah, it does that a lot. Now it's restarting again.
I thought it was not connected because I was
Yeah,
updating
it's
contact in
it's
my
my
bird.
it's my it's my internet service provider. They've been messing up lately.
Let me guess. Comcast.
Yeah,
Oh, fucking.
yeah. Everyone's like comparing, like making comparisons. Like, I'm surprised this person made a comparison to the OVA series versus the anime adaptation from Netflix, which I found out it's not from Netflix. It's from Warner Brothers Japan, who produced this anime.
And is it the American one, or do you need a VPN in order to watch the
No,
Netflix?
you don't need to.
Ah,
I watched it through the Seven Seas. Someone actually uploaded the content on the Seven Seas.
that's a chip. Because fuck giving these people your money.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and you can see right here what they did right here. Yeah,
they,
you're right about this. Like, you're right about the fact that she was a bit darker in the anime, and they made her a little bit lighter.
I mean, I'm not complaining, to be honest. I'm just saying that she was a bit darker in the
Yeah,
eyes.
I do agree. Yeah, she was a bit darker, but her outfit was way harder.
So I'm guessing this is a reboot of sorts,
Yeah,
not a
it's a
reboot.
it's sort of a reboot because originally it was an OVA and they decided to make it into an anime TV series, and it's 13 episodes, but I believe they're going to make another season if Netflix approves.
Can we talk about how these fuckers need to stop making part one and part two season ones, because this shit is annoying, especially when it comes to TV shows like ReZero.
Yeah. The reason why they're doing it is so that they can get another job.
They just want more money.
Yeah, they want more money so they can get paid by Netflix to give them more money. Negotiate with them about it, because you have to understand, like, Warner Brothers of Japan is trying to make money, and they can't afford to make money off of, like, they're trying to make a lot of money off of this franchise, because it's a very popular franchise back in the 90s.
Mm. I mean, truth be told, I was talking about how I tried to watch Berserk, the
Yeah.
97 series.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, by the looks of it, I only lasted like one episode. I don't remember what happened, but either I lost interest or I got
You just
tired.
wasn't into it. It just was boring. It wasn't appealing to you.
To well, I'll level with you. I respect the shit out of Kentaro Miura for when it comes to the series,
Yeah.
and the fact that he kept on going until his death is very sad.
Yeah. He worked his ass off to make, but he only made what he could make out of the series.
And when he did, and not to mention the fact that, you know what, I'll say it outright. Georgie was clearly a fan of this guy because he modeled Filthy Frank after him. And I said it several times. Kentaro Miura was the direct inspiration behind Filthy Frank, looks wise. I mean, have you seen that dude's mugshot? What the? Seriously, let's be
Back in the
real.
'90s, when he was in
Yeah,
the '90s version, but of course he had a beard. And,
he
like
didn't have no beard. He
well,
didn't have no beard.
he had no
Yeah.
beard.
Oh wait. Oh, he did have a beard.
Yeah, because like he gained some weight after that. Like he was working his ass off, and I felt bad for him because the manga industry kind of like he had to work his ass off just to get that series up and running, and he was doing what he could to actually make bank off of it. And thanks to that, even though the series was successful, he made what he could. He was like making like his pension off of that shit. Oh, here's the thing about Bastard, and I forgot to mention this. Did you notice that it makes a lot of references to heavy metal bands from the 80s, from the 70s and early 80s.
Huh.
Like it makes a lot of references. Like one of the spells is called Megadeth. One of the cities is called Mechanica, but it's actually Metallica. The goddess known as
Anthrax.
Yeah, Anthrax, which is a heavy metal band from the 80s. And and one of the characters looks like a vampire, looks like a character from Kiss.
Oh. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. Hey, by the way, is there since you were mentioning 70s, any mentions to Deep Purple?
Deep Purple? No, but I do recall they mentioned Sheila, which Sheila E.
Well, Black Sabbath. Anything about
Well, they did mention Judas Priest.
Ah.
Judas Priest. Like a lot of the like it's a very dark fantasy series, and it's like Princess Sheila, Sheila E. But although she doesn't look like Sheila E. Yeah, because you know who Sheila E. like from the 80s. Like she used to be a percussionist known for her drumming skills.
She used to be a singer for the George Duke band.
Yeah.
Check it out right now. And she was down from what I'm reading from an NY Post article in 2020.
Yeah.
She was down bad with fucking Prince.
Yeah.
She just
I think and I think that he was making references to a lot of things from the 80s. Even though heavy metal, I think he liked it Sheila E.
It's mostly well, not yeah. But it looks at things. But it looks at things. It looks like the man Kazushi Hagiwara was clearly not doing the same thing Hirohiko Araki did when he came to JoJo, referencing a lot of bands and singers. For example, Susie Q being a reference to Susie Quattro.
Yeah.
Robert Speedwagon being REO Speedwagon.
Yeah. And it does, like, this thing actually makes references to a lot of it. Like, a lot of people don't realize this. Like, Bastard makes a lot of references to the fact that they kind of tell the story about it. Like the first volume kind of explain. Like I was like looking up the thing, and to find out like a lot of the names and everything that they reference to.
Diamond, Anthracite, Lars. Lars is clearly a reference to Lars Ulrich from Metallica.
Yeah. And
How to navigate artist's name. Gotta. Darth Schneider.
Yeah.
I'm reading.
Hi there, just thought I'd bump in, so everyone's talking about Bastard, huh?
Yeah. And they were making references to Judas, Whitesnake, Iron Maiden.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much the selling point for me as a metalhead and an anime fan, because Bastard is basically the metalhead's anime.
I know. And I watched it. I watched it when I had a bootleg of it. Like when I remember watching it, I saw the '90s OVA of it, and I was like, I kind of did like the art style of it, and I was just like, okay, I'll watch this.
Don't ask me anything about Bastard because this is the first time I've actually come across it directly.
Dude, you won't regret watching Bastard, man. It's fucking awesome. I mean, Dark Schneider is basically a main character that gives no fucks whatsoever, and that's why I respect him, man.
Yeah, it's also the fact that they're making fun of they meant like one of the spells they kind of cast was like Megadeth. They called it Megadeth. Halloween, Black Sabbath Dawning, like Guns N' Roses, like Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah,
like a fire. Like they were making fun of that. Let's see, Damned it.
And then of course there's the fight with a freight where it's basically a subtle fight fire with fire reference.
Yeah. Let's see, Osborne, Shane Ira.
Although if anyone wants to know my dream anime, it'd be Bastard by way of Gundam. which you'd think would be MD Geist, and you'd be about half correct.
Dude,
I did
watch MD Geist though. I did watch that one though. MD Geist, like both OVAs.
Yeah, I watched them too. There's another one, but I don't know if.
Yeah, but I'd like that to be a really epic sci-fi story as well. Like,
yeah,
what is like
a very much futuristic version of Elric of Melniboné with giant robots.
What actually makes me sad is the fact that when we reviewed it at an anime podcast, a lot of the guys gave it a low score because they weren't into it.
Because they're a bunch of soy bitches who probably hasn't even watched an 80s action flick before. Like, jeez. That's basically what MD Geist was more going for. It's 80s action. It's an 80s action movie.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, it actually inspired like the Wolverine thing.
Really?
Yeah, you noticed like one of the like when he was stuck in a tube and he had that virtual headset. I think it was in, what was it, MD Geist 2 Death Force, or was it MD Geist Ground Zero? I couldn't remember which one. He was like stuck in a tube, and they were trying to put him in a virtual reality headset, and he escaped and started killing people.
Look, to be fair, it actually was it because of the it was because how should I say this? It was lacking in story. Their words, not mine. They did, however, rate the soundtrack as a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean that's the only fair point I will give to those who reviewed MD Geist. That its story is not all that great, but again, it's an 80s action movie by essentially.
Is it me? Oh yeah, one of those fuckers who sang.
Go on.
Weren't these the fuckers who send balls to the wall? Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I was gonna say. Go ahead. Sorry, I was just asking. Nothing. Uh, hey, JT.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, it was in fact because of the lack of story. But well, let's be real. Two of the people who were reviewing are fucking boomers, like straight up fucking anime boomers, 1980s anime boomers.
Okay, that's fair.
Like one of them fucking hates CGI in anime, in modern day animes in general.
I
Eh,
don't mind CGI. I understand because I actually liked it. A certain anime group that did it,
Yeah,
which was Gonzo Studios.
yeah.
nah.
I actually don't hate CGI as much as most other anime boomers do. Like, I mean, if it's done well, it's done well. Like, I mean, I am an
If it, it
I
if
very much
it's
I very much love Last Exile from Gonzo. Let me tell you. I mean, it's one of the best animes ever made, especially for the storytelling and artwork.
you know if it's done wrong, it could end up like that hyper realistic bit from the first season of Good Kamui.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit! That can give me PTSD by just looking at it. I wish I mean, it's a joke, but at the same time,
Yeah, I understand. Like for me, I understood that there was a lot because I understood why they used 3D animation. They use it as a tool, and I understand that it also was used in the RPG. What was it called? Because I know Gonzo also did the animation for that one, which was
Oh, Lunar Silver Star Story.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they are the guys. Oh yeah, they are the guys who send balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Except are the ones who did Balls to the Wall.
I do remember. Unfortunately, I found out through Beavis and Butthead where they were really killing the video. But honestly,
Yeah, I don't know why they'd ridicule the video because, good lord, it's fucking metal. You'd
Yeah.
think they'd be head over heels for it, but
Yeah. Lunar
yeah,
Silver
yeah,
Star
well,
Story complete. That was the one that they did.
dude, at least they did a better job than VH1 when they put that song in one of those awesomely bad music lists. Awesome, like it's so bad that it's fucking awesome. But then again, this was back in the early 2000s.
Yep. Let's see.
All right.
Lunar 2 Silver Star Story. And they actually put out like the box set for that.
for both games, even.
Yeah,
That,
because I remember
but
they
that
even put
one-
like I like the collection of it because they went full blown like trying to tell like they even made a documentary where you could watch it on there on one of the discs and just play the video, and it was interesting. Like that thing
well,
was
that's working designs for you.
yeah, and it's a shame that they're no longer around.
Yeah. Boo. Fuck you. Fuck you, Barty Stellar.
And it was actually a really good series. I think they're still continuing with it. Lunar Lunar Blue, Lunar Silver Star Story, Lunar. Like they made so many.
I actually wouldn't mind a game much like Lunar, but set in a cyberpunk dystopia.
That would probably be cool.
Like
Imagine. So
like,
did you watch the Bastard heavy metal dark fantasy show?
Yep. I'm already done episode 5.
I watched the full series. I had to binge watch it.
Damn.
It was, I have to say, although people were complaining about the character and everything, like this is not Dark Schneider. And I'm just like, did you read the manga?
Yeah, apparently these people never read the manga, man. Like, are they expecting some shonen hero or something?
Yeah, and it's like,
It's basically, yeah. I'm sorry, guys, but Bastard is basically your garden variety middle finger to modern shonen.
yeah. Because it tries to it tries not to be, because this thing came out in 1990. This thing was published in a manga in 1998, and it was shown in 19. I think the Oba series started out in 1998. Let me look it up. The Oba series.
Yeah, I think it's 1996, although I'm not sure either.
Yeah, because I remember this was also released in the U.S. too. Okay, so the Oba series was released
in 92.
in 92.
Okay, so we were both wrong.
Yeah, and it was completed in 1993. It was 6 episodes.
So, by the looks of it, this new version is a release. It's an anniversary release.
Yeah, of the manga. Okay, so it's basically, but here's the thing. It's like, I don't know why it's called isekai when I can understand why they call it isekai, because he was reincarnated as a young boy.
Yeah, but that was clearly our world 400 years in the future, when we basically when all technology was lost and magic took its place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's actually not an isekai, believe it or not. In fact, it's much closer to the realm of science fantasy.
Yeah, the weird thing about it is, like, AAN classified it as an isekai.
Would this be classified as a post-apocalyptic as well, because it's actually from, in the future after the world ends, that kind of shit?
Yeah. The world was being destroyed by anthrax, this dark, like, I don't know, it was like
it's basically H.R. Geiger's Wet Nightmare in a nutshell.
Yeah. Basically created all these monsters to like, this anthrax thing is like it's considered itself to be a dark god wanting to destroy civilization and everyone around it. And of course, another opposing, like, according to the storyline, another opposing god that was like all white, looked like a beast, attacked the god and destroyed it.
And that one's basically a mecha dragon.
Yeah, it was like both of those were basically mecha.
Basically, almost how I imagined a Gundam would be in Bastard style.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, Bastard kind of and Dark Schneider, the sorcerer who once tried to conquer the world, now fights to save it.
But not really out of the goodness of his own heart, more just because.
Yeah, because he likes the pussy.
Of course, that's pretty much the motivating factor of all men.
Yeah, and he and his desire to have a harem, which was kind of funny in this new adaptation.
Yeah,
and I can't help but laugh at it.
Yeah, eat your heart out, high school DxD.
Yeah, at least this was an adult. Like, but
actually
it's a kid.
How the hell is this? There's a spell that is a reference to the Christian metal band Striper.
Well, that one. Oh yeah, that one was done by Gionodo Soto, which is a reference to Jeffrey Scott Soto.
Yeah,
one of the original vocalists for Yngwie Malmsteen.
Ah, interesting. You know what? I'll take your word for it and check out the OVA.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say check out the OVA. It might just not be your taste, but you'll get the idea of what Bastard is.
Yeah,
I mean,
and also watch the Netflix anime too, because that one's actually really good. In fact, it's already my anime of the year at this point.
Yeah, and I watched it too, and I have to say it's not like I would give it an okay because it's actually a good anime. Yes, I understand people were upset about the ending, but hear me out on this. That's not the actual ending. They're trying to get part 2 to come out because they know that part 2 they're gonna try to branch out to the arc where they have to get he has to challenge what's his name, Sulu, whatever his name is.
Kalsu.
Kalsu. And Kalsu happens, and that's kind of a part of the story that they're trying to create.
Yeah, and he ain't even the final boss.
Yeah, he's not. The only person he has to go up against is the god himself, Anthrax.
And for those who have actually read the manga,
Yeah.
Anthrax ain't even the final boss either. Yeah, we're talking full blown Christian biblical end of days type shit, Book of Revelations type stuff.
Yeah. And it's like
now we're talking.
yeah.
See, that's why I love Bastard so much.